And coming up on UT Today, a look into the timeline for vaccine distributions on campus.
Plus, how one nonprofit in Knoxville is helping those in need.
And later, a look into capacity in Neyland Stadium for the upcoming football season.
That and more coming up on UT Today.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Calfee.
And I'm Scarlett Simpson. Welcome to UT Today, a product of the School of Journalism and Electronic Media at the University of Tennessee.
Before we start the show, we just want to say on behalf of UT Today, we are heartbroken to hear the event that took place at Austin East Magnet High School this week. We pray for the families and students affected by the tragedy, and in honor of Austin East, a majority of our crew are wearing blue and red in honor of the school.
With COVID-19 vaccinations speeding up across the nation, the state of Tennessee reports 30% vaccination rate. Close to 1 of every 5 Tennesseans is already completely vaccinated. UT is a big part of that effort here in Knoxville. Our reporter Cameron Morgan Rumsey is here in studio now to tell us when you can get your shot here on UT campus.
Yeah guys, so now that everyone over 16 is eligible to be vaccinated in Tennessee, you're probably wondering where you can get your shot. Well, I spoke with Dr. Spencer Gregg from the Student Health Center here at UT about their process for getting and then distributing those vaccines. He told me that essentially the university requests vaccines from the state on a weekly basis and then designs vaccine events based on what they get. He also told me the days both public and UT student and staff can expect to make appointments. Take a listen.
So our plans going through the remainder of the spring semester is that for university affiliated faculty, staff, and students, they'll be able to sign up to get the vaccine through the Student Health Center during the weekdays, Monday through Thursday, typically.
The university will also offer vaccine events to the public on Fridays. For the time being, though, the university is not going to be administering the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in accordance with the CDC and FDA's decision to put a pause on that type of shot. Instead, they're going to be administering Moderna vaccines, as announced in a statement earlier this week.
So Cameron, do we know what the plan is going forward? How many vaccines are available at this point?
The Student Health Center says they expect to administer about 1,000 shots on those Friday events. Anyone looking to get a vaccine for those events can sign up on the University of Tennessee COVID-19 website. That exact address is utk.edu/coronavirus/vaccine.
Thanks, Cameron.
With companies offering virtual internships, students have the opportunity to learn and gain experience without leaving their homes. But what about financial compensation for the amount of work they do? According to CompareComp.com, around 42% of internships are unpaid, and an estimated 500,000 to 1 million Americans work as unpaid interns every year. To close this gap and provide financial assistance, the Center for Career Development at UT has created an internship grant. This grant will assist undergrad students in meeting the financial obligations of unpaid internships while still getting the necessary professional experiences. For more information on eligibility, how to apply, and the grant deadline, visit career.utk.edu.
With only 2 weeks left in the semester, many Vols are getting ready to head home for the summer. While gearing up for move-outs, resident halls at UT are preparing to safely move out students in compliance to COVID safety guidelines.
Due to relaxation of COVID guidelines, students who are looking to move out will be able to do so without scheduling and will just need to check in with their RAs and front desk staff. With the ongoing availability of vaccines and in-person classes in the fall, students will now be able to finish up and head out this semester with the normalcy of moving out, especially in comparison to last spring.
The thought of taking finals may feel overwhelming for students, but before you get too stressed, UT Today reporter Simran Kumari has some tips you might want to try.
Finals are almost here, which means that it is time to push hard through the last few weeks of the semester.
I'm pretty stressed out about finals.
With hectic projects, lengthy papers, and challenging tests, this time of the year can be extremely stressful for college students.
This is going to be my first semester really taking them through Zoom. So it's definitely going to be a stressful time dealing with that.
However, don't let yourself get too stressed just yet. The University of Tennessee has a number of fun and exciting events planned for its Vol Nation to overcome the final stress.
There are a couple big events throughout that entire afternoon. We have an event called Survive Vol with the playing on words there. From 4 to 6, we're having a beach party in the Ag Garden. So we're going to have more food. We're having mocktails, water games. We also have a silent disco and airbrush t-shirts we're doing.
From a beach party to a silent disco, UT has found the perfect way to help you unwind. And remember, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Reporting for UT Today, this is Simran Kumari.
And coming up on UT Today, a look into enrollment for the university. So stick around. Welcome back. The university has announced that campus will reopen for in-person classes fall 2021. Reporter Nina Howard shares how this may impact enrollment for the university. Nina?
Thanks, Scarlett. I spoke with Fabrizio Deloso, the university's Associate Vice Provost for Enrollment and Executive Director of Undergraduate Admissions, and he says that it is hard to predict the yield for the upcoming semester. Nonetheless, the university is expecting a larger class for fall 2021 compared to fall 2020. As you can see here, fall 2021 applications are up 19% compared to 2020. Out-of-state applications are up over 30%, while in-state is slightly down. Applications for students of color is up 9%, while first-generation applications have remained relatively the same. Being that the confirmation deadline is May 3rd, as of now, there are 4,800 confirmed admissions. In that, there's a 13% increase in out-of-state admissions and an 11% decline in in-state admissions. However, in the next days, the gap is expected to close. Overall, the university seems on a strong trajectory for 2021 enrollment despite COVID.
So did COVID impact us where we would have been at 35 and instead we're at 30? I don't know. I know that COVID has impacted certain populations, right? First gen, students of color, low SES primarily. So there's been some challenges there, but has it really impacted our class? It's just difficult to say because I don't know what the future would have brought us.
With campus reopening, we are one step closer to normalcy. Back to you.
Thanks, Nina.
Ever thought about competitive gaming? Well, UTK Esports can give you all the right controls to do so. Jessica Davis has the story.
UTK Esports is the perfect club to join for fun, community, and competition.
We have teams for first-person shooters. We have teams for like sports games. We have teams for League of Legends, like MOBAs, Dota 2. It's more of just about who's more interested.
Aaron Stone is the president of esports and an avid gamer.
Almost every single person that starts with esports or like comes into video like esports club or even like has a job or in the gaming industry has probably always had a natural like sense of competitiveness in the gaming.
Members not only join for the grit, but also for the sense of community. Students like Ruth Rydell says this group has made her more active than she would have ever been in high school.
I agree that being in this club has really changed how I think about college. It's made me a lot more active than I probably would have been otherwise.
UTK Esports welcomes any students, staff, or alumni to any game nights or tournaments. All you need is the Discord app, a console or a PC, and a controller.
We've introduced the game nights. Like every Saturday, we'll have a night where we'll just throw whatever random game we have out of a hat, I guess, and she'll be like, hey, if anyone wants to join, come play.
Like many, UT Sports felt the repercussions of COVID-19.
We used to have one of the biggest tournament scenes for that game on the planet, but it kind of fell apart because of COVID, because most of our players don't really want to play online.
Although COVID has adjusted the gaming community, it always comes down to the love of the game.
I've always been the one that like video games. I just kept with it because it's kind of like my passion and it kind of opened doors for me.
UTK Esports hosts game nights every Saturday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. If you want to learn more, visit utksports.com. For UT Today, I'm Jessica Davis.
According to the World Economic Forum, 114 million people lost their jobs in 2020 due to the coronavirus pandemic. Although times have been hard for some families, one local nonprofit organization continues to serve those in need, and they have been doing so since 1986. Reporter Bryce Olslin has more on the story.
This past year, several people have lost their jobs and homes. But I'm here at the Love Kitchen, where they've been serving delicious meals like this for over 35 years.
You have a lot of families that have the breadwinner is not the breadwinner anymore.
Patrick Riggins is the executive director for the Love Kitchen. Although he's been involved here for 21 years, he commends the Love Kitchen founders Helen Ash and Ellen Turner for impacting their community.
Being around those two, it just infects you with this, oh, I've got to help people. These two ladies are doing it. What excuse do I have?
Those two ladies are sisters, and although they are no longer with us, their organization still remains.
It has still continued to grow and expand and meet the needs of the community. It's just a testament to what they have set up and got going.
The Love Kitchen serves 3,000 meals a week thanks to donations and help from volunteers. Volunteer Elroy Wilson says he's glad to help, even during a pandemic.
You could be a steak today, but tomorrow's dog food. And if you're not helping nobody, you're hurting them. And that's what I love about the Love Kitchen. We help everybody.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created multiple problems for families worldwide. Patrick is happy that he and the Love Kitchen can be a part of the solution.
Well, now we're feeding whole families, and it's just fantastic to be a part of.
The Love Kitchen is located at 2416 Martin Luther King Avenue, and you are always welcome to volunteer there.
And coming up this morning on UT Today, sports anchor Simran Kumari shares what Neyland Stadium is planning on looking like in the fall. So stick around.
Welcome back to UT Today. For sports, I'm Simran Kumari. Our first story is one that gives us hope into the future of sporting events. Neyland Stadium will be back to full capacity this fall. Our Olivia Calfee has more.
Neyland Stadium is known for its fans, loud noises, and energy. It's known to be filled with 102,455 people who share one bond, the bond of football. Cooper Mays, a football player at Tennessee, shares what Neyland was like before the pandemic.
I think it was electric, and you really went in there and you couldn't even hear yourself think. It was just honestly a feeling like you can't even describe, like having that many people just going crazy at the same time. It was really amazing.
Last fall, the stands looked rather different. They were filled only 25% full, leaving Neyland with less energy than usual.
It was just kind of just a little bit dull in the sense of what it used to be, because I'm used to having, Neyland be one of the loudest stadiums in the country, and having just 1/4 of the people there, it just didn't feel quite the same, but I don't think it did anywhere.
Looking ahead, the university is hopeful and excited to be back with a full stadium in the fall of 2021. UT dance team member Aspen Ritz shares what she's looking forward to this fall.
So this upcoming year, hearing that Neyland will be at full capacity is super exciting, because being on that field and running through the tee, it just sets the tone for the entire game.
Until then, everyone can look forward to all 102,455 Tennessee fans being back together. Olivia Calfee, UT Today.
The university has announced full capacity, but no more safety measures have been announced just yet. Now, for today's Meet the Walls, we have a special guest. Our own reporter Maya McCoy has been winning a lot in the studio and on the track. Mara McJilton joins us in the studio now with her story.
Well, for some athletes, they start a sport at a young age and have made a successful career out of it. But for Maya McCoy, her journey has been a little different.
Memphis native Maya McCoy grew up playing basketball.
In 9th grade, while playing basketball, the track coach kept asking me, like, come out for the track team, come out for the track team. I'm just like, I don't like running basketball practice. I don't think I want to run track.
And then she made a run for it.
Tried me out in the 100, and I kept winning, and then next thing you know, it's like, let me try you in the 200, and I kept winning again.
On the fast track to success,
next thing you know, I'm state champion in both of them.
McCoy ultimately chose Rocky Top to be her home.
Because of the coach that used to be here, because he had coached one of my favorite college track and field athletes, Desiree Ryan, and I was like, if he can coach her being fast, then why not me?
And now, training more important than ever.
Hopefully I do really well because I really want to qualify for the Olympic trials.
With hopes to break a school record in the process.
It was just a decent run. Like, the time was pretty good, but it's just so much to work on in the race.
Room for improvement and time to work.
The regular collegiate season doesn't end until June. 2 weeks after Nationals is the Olympic trials, which is back in Oregon again. So hopefully I'll be in Oregon for Nationals and then Oregon again for the Olympic trials.
Says she is excited to finally be back on the track after time off due to the pandemic, and one message that she wanted to share with her teammates and other athletes as she closes out her collegiate career. Quote, stay patient and keep working hard. Know that your time is going to come, end quote. Wishing you the best of luck, Maya. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Mara McDilton. Back to you, Simran.
Thanks, Mara. The University of Tennessee men's tennis team has had a successful season so far. The team is currently ranked number 5, and players such as seniors Giles Hussey and Andrew Rogers have been key aspects of their success this season. Head coach Chris Woodruff has been a part of the program for 19 seasons and attributes this team's accomplishments to hard work.
There are really no secrets. It's hard work, and you get out of things what you put into things. And we put a lot of time into this craft, and I have a great staff that does a lot of work, and we watch film, but really we put a lot into this. So what people see is we're getting a lot out of it. There are no magic potions. It's just really through hard work.
The men's tennis SEC tournament begins April 21st in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Let's hope the Vols can take home a championship. Let's head back to the track for our final sports story. Tennessee Track and Field had a successful meet at the Tennessee Relays this past weekend. Our Maya McCoy sat down with Daryl Sullivan, who brought home a gold medal last week.
Vol Track and Field held the 53rd Tennessee Relays, totaling 13 victories, 29 top 3 finishes, and 32 new outdoor personal records over the 3-day competition. Events that took home the gold was the high jump. After a world-class 2020 indoor campaign, Daryl Sullivan finally returned to competition after 406 days since his last meet in remarkable fashion. He cleared 226 meters, which currently leads the NCAA Division I.
I mean, honestly, it felt good. I wasn't really thinking about that so much because I've been there before. It feels great to be on top and to continue to try and stay there throughout the season.
But how does Daryl jump so high to continually jump national leading marks?
I think it's just repetition. Ever since I was younger, I just was always jumping off one leg trying to dunk. So with a combination of hard work and I believe a little bit of talent, I feel like that's how I get the job done, and that's the reason why.
Daryl also hopes to jump even higher this season.
Some of my goals for later on in the season, I really want to jump 238 to 240, 7.9.5, 7.10.5, because it'll put me more in the elite category and be able to compete for a gold medal.
For UT Today, this is Maya McCoy reporting.
That will do it for sports. I'm Simran Kumari. Stick around to see how a local family has made a legacy out of building race cars.
Welcome back. Now to a family who's been building race cars for the sport for almost 3 decades. UT Today's Zach Patton has the story.
In Little Gleason, Tennessee, you'll find the Melton family winning on and off the racetrack.
We take a lot of pride in everything we do, is seeing a customer win. There's nothing more rewarding.
The Meltons don't own your average mom and pop store.
We started the company in 1993. I was still in high school.
Danny and sons Jansen and Justin make up the faces behind M&M race cars.
We do pretty much everything in-house. Dad, he's the main man on the tune. I do the welding, some fabricating. Justin does a lot of CNC work, a lot of fabricating.
When you make something, you have to test it, right? The Melton family has been racing for decades.
Ever since Dad started racing when I was 8 years old, you know, it become my life. And I get to do it alongside him and my brother.
Now the future generation of Melton is on the way up.
And my son Tanner, he's up here every chance he gets. So it means everything. I mean, it's all we eat, sleep, and breathe.
When you order a race car from M&M, the pride and passion is uncomparable.
See them win, there's really nothing better. Knowing your product's out there winning, that's number one. And then racing, you know, like I said, that comes number two to that.
For UT Today, I'm Zach Patton.
Before we go, Dolly Parton is breaking the internet. At least her ice cream is. Over the weekend, so many people were on the Jenny's Splendid ice cream to get Dolly's new flavor that it crashed, and it just came back this week. This new flavor Dolly helped create is called Strawberry Pretzel Pie, and there is still time if you'd like to order some for yourself. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of UT Today.
Be sure to check us out on social media and tell us your favorite ice cream flavor, or even your favorite Dolly song. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all things UT Today. And before we go, we wanted to give a special shout out to two of our graduating seniors. UT Today executive producer Savannah Smith and anchor and reporter Courtney Cox. They both earned Professional Promise Awards from the University of Tennessee for their outstanding academic achievement. Congrats, you two. Go make us proud.
We would like to end the show with scenes from one of Knoxville's most favorite recreation parks, Lakeshore, during springtime.
Have a great day, and we will see you next week for our final episode of UT Today this season.